morning news. Info that you can use. It's time for 9 at 9.
All right, let's start with number 9. Derrick Henry's time with the Tennessee Titans is probably over. He's one of the best running backs of his era. Probably going to play for a different team next year. So when he had what is likely his last interview as a Titan, he made sure to thank his coworkers, but not the players, the other people who help run a football team, and he seems to know all of them.
And definitely want to thank our equipment staff, Matt, Joey, Jerome, David Manor, Jordan, Justin, and Trey, who contribute that nobody sees, make sure I have everything that I have, and I'm ready to go on game days. And even our security, Jeb, that's my main man, and him and John is making sure I'm set, anything that I need. The kitchen staff, Elon and her staff, Jeff, I'm gonna thank everybody. Jeff, Johnny, Pam, Miss Marilyn, Chris, just all of them, just making sure that I had everything that I need, and all our teammates, because I'm very specific on what I eat every morning, but, and Bob with the avocados, making sure that I have my avocados every morning. So I want to say I appreciate them, to the cleaning staff, to LaCoya, Johnny, Leroy, cleaning our locker room when it smelled like the Nashville Zoo. I appreciate them as well. So I just want to thank even Robbie, waiting on me 2 hours after the game, Dwight, Puff, my guy. Just want to thank everybody. Nate with social media, and Donna with the pictures, making sure I had everything I had and make sure I looked dripped out when the pictures were posted. So I'm just thankful for everybody, and thankful to help me and to get where I am.
That's impressive.
Quick, name 10 people who work in this building.
Larry.
Not on the air.
I want to do a competition between you and Dan Ponzi about how many people's names you can recall.
Yeah, it's not a good look for
And he's
anyone.
not been there 25 years either.
Right.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
I like that, though.
I don't know that
Like,
I've
it's
seen the
very
full
nice.
B team, to be honest with you.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Hey, number 8, if you can believe it, 2024 marks the 50th anniversary of Hello Kitty.
Who could believe it?
So check out the new Crocs and Sanrio collaboration. It's part of a year-long 50th anniversary celebration. The classic clogs are mostly white with some cute Hello Kitty details like her signature bright red bow. They're available in sizes for all ages, ranging in price from $50 to $70.
Number 7, Cicada Geddon is coming for us. For the first time in more than 220 years, 2 cicada broods will emerge in the same year.
Oh, no.
That's right. The first emergence will begin in mid-May and end in late June. They'll be in parts of Alabama, Arkansas, Indiana, and here in Illinois, to name just a few states. Another brood should be emerging in late spring, early summer across parts of Illinois and Indiana. According to cicada scientists, both broods will overlap in or around Springfield.
All right.
They're mostly harmless, but the noise can be rather disruptive. The last time we saw a dual emergence was 1803.
Oh, boy.
Thomas Jefferson was president.
Wow.
It was the same year as the Louisiana Purchase, so
There you
this
go.
is big.
We're lucky.
It's exciting.
All right. Number 6. On this date, in 1984, a star was born.
It certainly is a big bun.
It's a very big bun.
Big, fluffy bun.
It's a very big fluffy bun.
Where's the beef?
Some hamburger places give you a lot less beef on a lot of bun.
Where's the beef?
At Wendy's, we serve a hamburger we modestly call a single. And Wendy's single has more beef than the Whopper or Big Mac. At Wendy's, you get more beef and less bun.
Hey, where's the beef? I don't think there's anybody back there.
You want something better. You're Wendy's kind of people.
It certainly is a big bun.
It's a
There she goes. Clara Peller uttered those 3 little words that instantly made her a household name. Where's the beef? Clara Peller worked for 35 years as a manicurist at a local Chicago beauty salon. Later, she moved to the North Shore to be near her daughter. Peller was discovered when she was 80 years old. She was working as a temporary manicurist for a local commercial set in Chicago. And an agent agent liked her, no-nonsense attitude in her voice, so he signed her. She was hard of hearing and had emphysema, so they only gave her a few lines of dialogue, but they were the right lines.
Yeah.
Clara and her catchphrase were so popular that Wendy's sales jumped more than 30% to around 945 million in 1985.
Wow.
Good for her.
Good story there.
Huh. All right, number 5, it's no secret that regular exercise will make just about every part of your health a little better. But most people are lazy, so what is the absolute minimum amount of exercise you need to do to get some benefit?
Sure.
The CDC has determined that adults should get 150 minutes of moderate physical activity a week.
A week?
A nurse writing on the website The Conversation determined that if you can go for a brisk walk of about 20 minutes a day, you'd feel the benefits of exercise. If a 20-minute walk is too much for you, she even says it can be 2 11-minute walks.
Oh, wow.
And it can even be a walk to get coffee or to take the kids to school.
Boy, the bar has been set low in this country, hasn't it?
Just walk
2
anywhere.
11-minute walks.
Yeah.
Number 4, Royal Caribbean's 9-month cruise is TikTok's new favorite reality show. Thousands of fans follow along with the daily escapades and shenanigans. Hashtag Ultimate World Cruise has more than 138 million views and rising. People have their favorite characters and ones they love to hate. One woman on the ship has declared herself the CT director. She's sharing any and all gossip she comes across, especially due to the deluxe unlimited beverage package. With unlimited beverages comes a whole lot of extra drama. Sounds like fun.
All right, number 3. Sure, women have come a long way. But don't we all miss the femininity and the glamour of the 1960s flight attendant uniforms? When in-flight hostesses first started in the 30s and 40s, their uniforms looked more military in design, more structure. But as the 50s and 60s came on, they reflected the allure of flying for everyday people. Maybe if they still dressed like this, we wouldn't have to sit next to a guy in pajama pants and a Dolphins jersey. It could be.
All about comfort.
Yeah.
It's worthy of consideration.
Yeah.
All right, number 2, the Venus flytrap. It's a marvelous little plant. It's carnivorous, which means that it's getting most of its nutrients from other organisms. Darwin was the first to write about them back in the 1870s. When the insect gets close to one of those hairs on the Venus flytrap, the trap prepares to close, and it does that only if another contact is made within about 20 seconds. So there you are, a little science.
Where's the beef?
Kaboom.
Wow, that was fast.
Was
Pulled that audio real quick.
Okay, now he's got trouble.
He's trying to get escape.
Uh-oh.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, what's that?
Kaboom.
That doesn't seem fair.
This is a little morbid almost.
Yeah. All right, let's move
A
on.
little fun.
Yeah.
Depends on
Depends on the person. I guess.
your outlook.
Number 1, here's a video of a conceptual artist from South Korea. Kim Boom is the anti-Bob Ross. This piece is called Yellow Screen. Enjoy.
안녕하세요. 오늘 그릴 그림은 노란 비명이라는 그림. 레몬 옐로우, 크롬 옐로우, 화면의 위쪽부터.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
이런 긴 비명 소리는 아플 때, 특히 누가 팔을 뒤로 꺾거나 머리채를 잡아당겼을 때 나는 소리 같네요. 위에서 아래로 긴 비명들을 군데군데 넣어주세요.
This guy definitely has older brothers.
모르면
That was a change.
He's mixing it up.
여러분은 어떨 때 제일 무서우신가요?
How much would you pay for that, Paul?
Oh, I'd give him $6. Mustard.
All
I
right.
appreciate the process.
Yeah.
That's a 9 and 9.
9 and 9.